Clarence Lee Jr. here, author of the upcoming book, Persist, and creator of Impact, Purpose, and Destiny Seminar Series. You know, I want to talk to you guys about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that is the ability to overcome what I call self-doubt. Now, self-doubt, you know, as we go into this, it comes from a lot of places. There's a lot of reasons why people doubt themselves. But I'm going to start just in a framework to give you a framework of how to think about self-doubt. First thing I'm going to talk about is this idea of worthiness. What does worthiness mean? The next thing I'm going to talk about is comparisons and the danger of comparison, comparing yourself to someone else. The next thing is this imposter syndrome. And once you start taking action, once you're in the zone, well, then this little person in your head says, are you being an imposter? Or is this really who you are? And the last piece is confidence, which is the ultimate way to overcome self-doubt. So why would a person feel that they aren't worthy of something? Worthiness can be based in your mind on a lot of things. But here's the deal. You're worthy. You have to believe you're worthy. In order to take the action and accept these things into your life, or accept that success, or accept that promotion, or accept that title, you have to believe that you're worthy. Worthiness doesn't come from, you know, where you were born, or worthiness doesn't come from your family or any sort of past successes that you've had. You know where worthiness comes from? It comes from your gut. It comes from right here. Worthiness comes from the fact that you're alive, you have a life, and you're breathing and you're vertical. You're breathing and you're vertical, you're worthy. So if it's worthiness that you're dealing with, say just let it go. Whatever thought that's telling you in your mind that you're not worthy, it is a lie, let it go. And say, hey, I'm worthy of this. I can do this. And you can. The next piece is comparisons, right? You start doubting yourself, you want to look around and compare yourself to other people. Comparisons can be good if you're using them for motivation, but many people aren't strategic in the way they use their comparisons. They use their comparisons to say, well, I'm not like that guy. That guy's got this, or I don't have that. That's why he's successful. Or they use the comparisons to say to themselves why they are some sort of way less than, right? So if you're going to compare yourself, be strategic. Say, hey, that guy's got this, that guy's got that going for himself. I can get that too, right? Because you see the disconnect between where you are and where you want to be. That's amazing. But if you look to the side and look to the left or the right and say, oh, that guy's better than me because of blah, 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 I can't get the result. The reason he has the result is because of something he has that I don't. Stop right there. That's a comparison trap. I call it the comparison trap. It traps you into staying where you are because you're stuck in comparison. Okay? Don't compare. If you do compare, compare strategically so you see where you want to go. Use people's results as motivation of what's possible for you. Talked about worthiness. Talked about comparisons. And now I'm going to talk about this idea of the imposter syndrome. Now, if you haven't heard about imposter syndrome is a thought. Once you have accomplished something, or once you get somewhere, this idea pops in your head that maybe you really shouldn't be giving that advice. Or maybe, you aren't the right person for this job. Or maybe you were lucky, or maybe they just, picked you because, they got your name out of the hat. Whatever it is, right? The imposter syndrome is this feeling that you are being an imposter, even though you're the professional, you've been through the struggle, you're capable, you're worthy, you don't need to compare, right? So what I'm trying to do here is to build you up in a way where you're prepared for what is going to come in your mind that may potentially hold you back. So the imposter syndrome, recognize it for what it is. It's just another form of this unworthiness representing itself, where now you're an imposter, right? Believe in yourself. You have what it takes. You're worthy. Don't compare. If you want to compare, compare ways to motivate yourself. And the last piece is confidence. Confidence. So if you feel like you're not worthy, you feel like you're not the right person, how do you overcome that? You overcome that with confidence. Well, how do you build confidence? You build confidence through competency and preparation. So the more you prepare for something, the more time you put in preparing for that show, that race, that day, whatever it is, that test, whatever. The more time you put in preparing, the more competency you're going to have, the more knowledge you're going to have, and as a result, you will have more confidence. So for me, I struggled with this in medical school. I struggled with it because, sometimes it would take me 4 or 5 times to read a material before I got it. So I had, classmates that only had to read things once or twice. Now, if I had have had the thought that, medical school really isn't for me, I don't have what it takes to finish this curriculum. That guy only has to read something once. I got to read it 5 times. I would have slowed down and I would have quit. But here's what I realized by that. I had to put in the time necessary for me. I had to put in my time. But let me tell you, after I read it that 4th or that 5th time, oh, baby, I was ready. You could ask me what page, what paragraph, what side, where the period was. I could tell you everything, right? Because for me, I needed that preparation time to give me that confidence. So prepare to the level that you feel like you need to prepare to where now you're confident, right? Because when I got to the test, after I had read something 5 times, there was no thought in my mind that would come and tell me that I wasn't worthy of doing well on that test. You want to know why I was worthy? Because I had the confidence. Why did I have the confidence? Because I put my time in with the preparation. I was ready. So self-doubt slows down a lot of people. I don't want it to slow you down. Realize those 4 areas that you need to master to beating self-doubt. Realize you're worthy. Don't compare unless you're using it for motivation. Imposter syndrome is going to come. Recognize it for what it is and prepare and build your confidence. See you next time. Take care.